Hello, viewers. You're welcome back to this platform. I'm your guy, the Beton, your B2B, your B2C network builder, multimedia entrepreneur, coach, mentor, crypto investor, among other things. And we are back again on the immigrant journey in Finland. This is an amazing series which has been going on. We started the series last year, and we are having the second edition of the series. Our guest yesterday was an awesome mommy lady, Ene. She's been living in Finland for more than 36 years. And she shared with us so much about her experience as an immigrant in Finland, immigration. I mean, she talks more about immigration, systematic racism, integration, a lot of stuff that you guys should go and check on the Beton Media platform. Today, we are going to move forward to higher education in Finland. Those of you who want to study in Finland, those of you who are studying in Finland already, we're going to look at every aspect of higher education in Finland and to see how you can navigate yourself. I mean, to have a better life here, either as a student or as an employee after you are done with your studies. And my guest for today is someone who has been in the space for a long, long time. Someone who have not only be a student, but he's not he she, not a she he has taught a lot of people and helped a lot of students as well to integrate into the Finnish society or the Finnish community. My guest is going to be revealed after the intro. So stay tuned as I introduce to you my guest for today. You're welcome, Doc.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for inviting me.
My guest for today is Dr. Babila, Dr. Sama Babila. I guess I pronounced the word well, the name well.
Very correct.
So, how are you doing today, sir? Or should I
I'm
say
fine, thank
doctor?
you.
Doc.
And you?
We like to call it Doc.
Thank you.
I'm doing good. I can see how you're the smile on your face, how you're looking handsome, looking so great. It's good to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. This show is just to share your experiences as an immigrant in Finland. I know you have gone through at least some of the previous episodes, and you have gotten a glimpse of what we are going to discuss here today. And beside, I post flyer about our topic for today. So before we begin, I would love you introduce yourself briefly to our audience or my audience.
Okay, so my name is Dr. Thomas Babila Sama. I'm holder of the Doctor of Social Sciences degree, major in Social and Public Policy, otherwise called Public Administration, from the University of Jyväskylä in Finland. So I got my PhD in September 2012. So currently, I've been working as a postdoctoral researcher in the University of Helsinki. I have many publications. I've been doing some teaching and also research. My research interests include NGO, civil society, social and public policy, migration, and other things. So my research is interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary. Yeah, I've been to conferences in Europe, Africa, USA, Canada, and other countries. So it's always my pleasure to share my experiences with other colleagues in the academia and also students and the public as well.
Wow, that's awesome. You have been to places. You have been, representing should I say Finland and Cameroon. You are from Cameroon, if that's correct.
That's true.
Oh, okay. Now when did you come to Finland? Like, when did you arrive in Finland?
I came
And
to
what?
Finland in
And why?
July 2004 as a master's degree student in the University of Finland.
Okay, okay. So back then, how was life like? You know, when you came, your first 3 months, how was it like?
Oh, life was very different in Finland from what it is today.
Can
First,
you can you
we,
explain more about that?
first, first, we were like the second batch of students from, say, Cameroon, who came to study in Finland. So when I came, there were, I think, I did not meet any Africans in 2004 who had done a PhD and who had really done advanced studies. So it took us some time to integrate because those we met from Africa did not actually come to Finland as students. So, but now, since 2004, Finland has opened up to so many changes.
Okay, okay. I mean, when you said Finland is open to so many changes, so what are you referring to?
I mean that there are so many immigrants have come to Finland from different countries in the world in different capacities, like students, refugees, asylum seekers, and so on. So many international students have graduated in Finland in different disciplines, such as nursing and other disciplines in the university, other academic disciplines in the university. And so many have obtained higher education certificates and diplomas in Finland, like masters and PhD, such as some of us. So during this time, many of us, say from Africa, have obtained our PhDs in Finland in different disciplines, such as chemistry, physics, biology, and so many other disciplines. And some of us have worked in the Finnish higher education sector, and we have made a contribution in the academia, both in Finland and abroad.
Okay, okay. You mentioned about studying in Finland, and you got the degree in higher education, master's degree in higher education. If I'm correct,
Masters and
right?
PhD.
Master and PhD. So have
Yes.
you been involved? So can you give us like a brief overview of the educational system in Finland?
Well, I came to Finland with a bachelor's degree from Cameroon to do my master's, and then I continued at the PhD in Finland. So in Finland, um, the system of education is different from that of, say, Cameroon, because we have a lot of like self-study here, use of the library to do research and to do reading and come up with our own knowledge. So education in Finland is like more of self-study than the teacher teaching you everything.
Okay, so it's more of you going out there to do to do the work for the teacher, right? To do the
It's
teacher's
more of you
work.
going out to find out a lot of
Solutions.
information which you bring to the teacher, and he is there to guide you in what you are looking for. So this kind of education is called like some sort of self-study than the one where
Okay.
the teacher is teaching you everything, and then you are not making a contribution towards your education by reading and doing research by yourself.
So, what are some like throughout your experience as a not as a master student, PhD holder in this industry or in this in education? What do you think are the most common causes that students want to come to Finland to study? And what has been the greatest challenge so far in the course of them applying and even coming to Finland? So, can you throw more light on that?
Yes, I think that students come or want to apply to come to study in Finland in different disciplines
Yeah,
based on their
discipline was the word I omitted. So sorry. Yeah, discipline.
yes.
Yeah.
So students want to come to Finland to study in different disciplines based on their background discipline, back in their home countries. So in that regard, we have this diversity in terms of the disciplines. Um, the challenge to get an application in Finland, you need to apply, and it is very important to apply in a discipline where you have the academic, where you have the background academic qualification. For example, you cannot study physics in your undergraduate and apply for mathematics at your graduate. So because those two are incompatible. So, but once you apply in a discipline which you have a background from your home country, there's a likelihood that you will get an admission to come to study in Finland.
Okay, okay. Well, the reason why I'm asking you this is, do you think most people want to come to study in Finland and expect to have a job and not being orientated properly on the kind of education they should come to Finland to study in the first place?
Well, I think that most foreign students like myself who came to study in Finland come to Finland with the purpose of studying. Then in the course of studying and in the course of probably integrating into Finnish life, like learning the language and other things, they tend to now maybe want to look for a job based on their studies. So studying and integrating and trying to look for a job are different things, are different things that the migrant student or the international student, has to work on.
So, how will you explain, let me say I'm a journalist in my country and I applied to study journalism in Finland. Do you think I'm going to have a job as a journalist in Finland? Do you think that I have chances to have a job as a journalist in Finland?
Yes. I think that everyone has the chance and the opportunity to have a job anywhere. It depends on how you network. It depends on how you perform in the work that you do, because working life is collaboration. Regardless of where you come from, if you come to Finland, there may be the likelihood that you would collaborate. Say, for example, if you are a journalist, you collaborate with other journalists here in Finland.
Exactly.
So that so that what is happening here in Finland, you can also broadcast it or make it known where you are coming from or worldwide. So there's no limitation in this.
Yeah. Now, you have been in Finland. I don't know, like, is it how long now? Since 2004. That's how long?
Over 17 years. Yes, over 17 years.
Over 17 years. So you have worked with different institutions, So what are some challenges that you've encountered in the course of you working with these institutions as an immigrant living in Finland?
The first is that you have to learn the Finnish language so that you'll be able to communicate in Finnish, because not everything is written and said in English. Then you have to do a lot of networking. If you're a journalist, you have to network with other journalists. You have to go to conferences. You have to go to seminars. If you are an academic or a student, you have to try to attend seminars in your discipline. So it is through that network that you are going to meet so many people where you will be able to learn from them and also to share your experience.
Okay, so you are basically saying, like, everything is possible to do in Finland if say you network. But the question is, how long do you think people are willing to network? Because networking, we mentioned the word. No, I like to be actually, which adjective should I use? I love to be straightforward when it comes to certain things. When they say people should study what they think they can get, like that's going to help them to get a job easily.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that they can't get a job from the other sector, from like after a long period of time, they can get a job.
Yes.
But now, how long do you think people can wait to network before
I
they
think.
can get a job to work, a
I
job
think.
in their field? Because I mean, oh, sorry to, let's say I'm from Cameroon, right?
Yes.
I know that there are some disciplines that I can get a job, but my chances are slim because of the market. The job market is so
Yeah.
small. So to me, I think the orientation in the first place has to be established so that people who come here as students should already have their mind set up that, okay, if say I'm coming to study education, there's high probability that I might not have a job. If say I'm someone who want to be employed, I might not have a job for the next 2 or 3 years after graduation. What
Yeah.
if, okay, I'm someone who is willing to go through that networking stage? How far do I have to go to wait until I gain employers or the community get trust me that I can do that job, professionally. So we have to be, I think we have to I'm talking now, this is your field, but to me personally, I think you guys in the educational sector, you need to be able to address all situations before you even educate a child out there who is coming to study in Finland. Because
Yes.
at
I
one
think.
point they might got frustrated that Finland has no job, as if the Finland is a problem. But the problem is their field, there are no more opportunities, job opportunity in their field. So there's too much competition in that field. So if say someone is coming to Finland as a journalist or as a writer or what, they should already know that if I'm living in Finland for 3 years, is it a possibility for me to have a job? I don't know if say what I'm saying makes sense or not.
Yes. What you are saying actually makes sense. It means that uh, many disciplines should be oriented towards job probability.
Exactly.
Um, we have noticed that many disciplines are academic. For example, humanities like history or social sciences like anthropology, they are more academic. But many universities are conscious of this fact and they are trying to bring in entrepreneurship or job orientation focus uh, in study programs so that students do not only acquire academic knowledge without any practical knowledge.
Yeah. And talking about networking, also, networking is something that begins from the day you even think of coming to Finland and the
That's
day you
true.
arrive Finland. If say you want to get job, and if say anyone who is out there who is a student, I'm down. This is where I'm good at when it comes to connecting with people and understanding what I need to do, or what people need to do to get success in what they want to achieve. Like if you're coming to Finland or anywhere you're going to as a student, you need to understand every aspect of that culture, the job market, everything. Am I able to get a job? If say there's a slight possibility for me to get a job, okay, who are the people I need to connect with in that same
That's true.
industry? From day one, the day you enter Finland, as that student, you start thinking of ways to volunteer in that same field, looking for those employers, going to events. And so, I mean, you travel. I see you always travel. So you understand what I'm saying? You are always networking. You are always going
Yes.
out there. So people who don't have that same mindset, who just go to school, sit as after school, they are back home, or after maybe if they're not going to school, they go to work, but they don't network. They don't know how much time they need to put in networking to get that difficult job. So that's why I was stressing that if say someone understand how much time they need to network before they can either be considered as a candidate to occupy such positions, then it might be tedious for them. So I just have to
Yeah, just
address that a little bit.
just to chip in on one thing. The job market today has become very competitive. So for one position, there are many applicants. Sometimes the best of the best of the best don't get the job. So that is why every job applicant needs to be persistent, should have motivation to continue to apply, to continue to network until you achieve your goal. It's not very easy, but that is the truth that the job market is very competitive. And so when you apply for a position, you are competing with so many other applicants.
Yeah. So, what would you say? I mean, is the reason behind your success, like the reason behind you doing what you love to do, like what gives you that passion? What are you passionate about?
Okay, that's a very good question. The first thing is that I like knowledge. Um, when you are going in for a PhD, this is the advice I will give. Don't put don't put it in your head that you are going to make a lot of money after you graduate. You should put the knowledge that you want to acquire first. You should be someone who likes to do research. You should be someone who likes knowledge in what you are doing for your PhD studies. So once you focus on this knowledge, you network, and you attend conferences, seminars, workshops, you write and you publish, you are going to get a breakthrough in your career. But if you are not motivated and you think that you can just ramble around and then you get a PhD and get a big job, it is not that is very unlikely. So one of the things about me is that I am really motivated to acquire knowledge, to network, to share my knowledge, and this is what has contributed to my success.
Okay, okay. I don't know. I might be wrong. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe we have like so many academicians,
True,
those profs like doctors in Finland from
that's
Africa.
true.
Why is it that they are not head of departments at different institutions with all that knowledge?
Well, I think that
Is it
that
is
is
it
a
is it is
challenge
it is it the
that
networking
exists.
part or the not pushful part, or what part can you explain about this?
Yeah, that is the challenge that exists. Sometimes it is called glass ceiling, that certain people cannot attain certain positions. But I think that with time, this glass ceiling would be broken. Like I said earlier, that when I came to Finland in 2004, there weren't many Africans who had done PhD studies and were doing research in Finland. But 17 years after that, there are many Africans who have acquired their PhDs here, and they are networking and doing research in different disciplines. And so I'm very optimistic that in future we are going to have professors and immigrant academics, say from Africa, with 10 in tenure track positions in the
So
university, in the academia.
okay, so now, have you ever considered to such position?
Of course, every academic wants to grow, because in the academia, for example, you are a master's degree, okay, you are a bachelor's degree student, you become a master's student, you become a PhD student. After that, you become a postdoc. After postdoc, you want to become an associate professor. Thereafter, a full professor. Now, from postdoc, from PhD to postdoc, and then to associate professor, and then to full professor, requires a lot of academic work in terms of research, publications. So how many publications do you have? How many books have you published? How many projects have you worked in? How many students have you supervised at the master's and PhD levels? all of those contribute in making you be promoted from, say, postdoc to associate professor and then to full professor.
Okay, now you mentioned something project. I wish to know like how many projects you have. I don't, if say you can count how many projects you have been like head of, and how many of them are ongoing, and how many of them you are still part of.
Yes, oh yeah, I've worked in different projects, uh, written the projects myself, because at the postdoctoral level, you should be able to write projects, and you should be able to supervise students at the masters and also PhD, and you should be able to design projects and things like that. Yes, so I've worked in projects, and then after executing a project, you have to publish it in the form of a peer review article or in the form of a book. And then project writing is something which is consistent. After one project, you have to write another, and then another, and then another, and so on. Yes. So many academics like myself will find themselves in projects that are still ongoing, and then they will also find themselves in projects they have written and they are waiting for funding results.
So you didn't mention if say you have some ongoing project like or need to know if say it's something that we can be part of somehow.
I actually know most projects in the university are projects where you have a few um, persons working on, and then they can use the public as participants of the project. For example, I want to find out about well-being, about the well-being of immigrants in Finland, say immigrants from Asia. So it means that my target group would be immigrants from Asia. So in that case, I would have to contact immigrants from Asia, some immigrants from Asia, through sampling and other research methods to collect my data. So research is done by a few researchers, and then they get the public or a target group of people involved as the participants of the project. So yes, of course, you can be the participant of, say, our research project or of a research project. And of course, if let's say we have a research project where there are some people, even in the public, that could be brought into the project, why not? That happens from time to time.
Okay. Viewers, if say you are joining us right now, I'm with Dr. Sama Thomas Babila, and we have been talking or having a conversation about higher education in Finland. He has shared his experience as an immigrant living in Finland, someone with master degrees and PhD in education. And I'm trying to get
If,
out and try to squeeze out some information, some info so we can digest. Maybe most of you are going to be watching from other countries and you intend to come to Finland. What you want to do in Finland? How can you go about studying in Finland? You want to get a job? How do you go about getting a job in Finland? So all these things are important. There are a lot of people without jobs in Finland. A lot of immigrants without jobs, struggling, and not because they are not jobs. They are jobs, but the competition is so much, and people like so many people and less opportunities. So should I say like less positions? Now, Doc, let me come back to you. You have worked on project. Did you guys work on specific project that will help integrate students in Finland?
well, my research uh, focuses on making policies, such as making recommendations, proposals, so like for the government to integrate immigrants, the government should change this kind of policies. They should change this kind of, say, practical or academic policies, because the current policies are not effective. So my research is based at the policy level. So
So
after our research, the government now or institutions like the World Bank or the IMF or whatever, they can then apply this policy in practice.
so what are
So,
the policies you are talking about? Can you name some few of them that you
for
think?
example, education policy. Okay, you made mention of integration of immigrants.
Yeah.
So what we do in our research is we can collect statistics through survey, for example, of how many immigrants have graduated in different disciplines in Finland at the bachelor's level, at the master's level, and at the PhD level, and how many are successful in the job market. Then we present this information now to policymakers to say of 10,000 immigrants who have graduated in these different disciplines, only 2% or 1% have found job. So something should be done about this. Then policymakers now will take action now to see what
but
changes
you
they
know,
can make.
the university, the government can make policies, but it cannot actually reflect to the employment situation in the country. The policies, the government cannot make policies to force employers to employ immigrants. You know that, right?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm asking this question is what we hear the word policy, policy. It makes some people keep thinking like, are these people trying to at the government level to pass policies that will help people get jobs? The answer is no. So I think the policies that the government are working on how to help immigrants who have come here to study, to help them create jobs, to create opportunities in that, to create new opportunities. So I think at that level the government can help students or people who come in Finland. And for example, let's say now in Finland there's a problem. There's an employment problem, not because there are not jobs. There are jobs, but the information flow is limited, and people don't know how to go about connecting. You mentioned networking. People don't know how to network properly. The Finnish environment, or the Finnish like employers or CEOs, they need to know. They need to know you. Need to know us before they'll be like, okay, I can employ this person. And if say they haven't been seeing you in networking events or in places, and to understand what you do, or you volunteer in their company to work. I don't know, even going there to volunteer is not easy, because they are still afraid, as what NS said yesterday. So do you think that working on a project that will directly help students who come from Asia, Africa, or let me focus on Africa, because it's going to be easy to manage both cultural wise, right? Do you think there should be a way, to collaborate between Think Africa and other organizations to come up with a program that directly address this issue of jobs? And if say someone comes into Finland that have different talent and they cannot get a job, how can they collaborate to create something using the system, what the system is providing to everyone in the community? So do you think something like that can happen if say it's not yet ongoing? I cannot get you. I cannot get you, Doc. I can't hear you anymore.
Yes, I think that collaboration among the different stakeholders is very important. Already, some collaboration exists.
Yeah, because this is like, I don't know if you can. I don't know if
you cannot hear me.
Did you got my question?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but did you get my question?
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I cannot hear you. You are gone.
Yes, I got your question.
It's like you.
Yes, I got your question.
I'm getting you after you
speak. I was saying that collaboration between the different stakeholders or among.
Doc, can you reconnect again? I'm not getting you well.
Oh, I don't know what has happened.
I'm gonna take you out of the studio now. You can reconnect again. You can join afterwards. Like reconnect. So I think network issues, something like
Yeah,
that.
I was saying that collaboration.
I can still get you, Doc.
Good.
So can you go out of the studio and come back to the studio? Sorry, guys, we have been having some technical issues, I think, on his side. But I mean, what we have in the conversation is something like it's interesting because there are a lot of people who come to Finland as students. You are very excited to come to Finland to study, and once they are done with their studies, it's difficult for them to get a job, right? And I think it's because of lack of proper orientation in every aspect of, you know, they don't know how to go about, like they don't go to school preparing themselves for the job market. They go to school preparing themselves to graduate. They don't prepare to face the job market after their studies. So I think we have to address all this properly. Doc, are you back? Are you now okay? Can you
Yes,
get
I'm
me
okay.
now?
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying that collaboration between and amongst the different stakeholders is very important to address the unemployment problem in Finland among native Finns and among the immigrant population. Nowadays, what is happening with education is that many students are encouraged to go to companies and to institutions to do some internship so that at the end of their studies, they would have some kind of professional skills and they would have some network to help them to get into the job market. Um, I think the government in Finland, I think, is making some effort in this area, but um, more needs to be done to address the job problem. I've actually worked in projects where we've tried to look at how we could get the long-term unemployed in Finland back into the job market, especially people with outdated skills, because technology is changing things every day, and so the skills that people have today become obsolete tomorrow. So long-term learning is very important in this sense.
Okay, okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I've been taking like it's like I've been taking hand on hand with you today. So yeah, I just wish someone from the university is watching and they shouldn't just focus on we want student education in Finland is the best. Of course, yeah, it's good. The system is good, but there should be programs that already start training students on like connecting them directly with those companies. I know
That's
some
right.
schools do that, but it should be more. It should be part of the curriculum that the schools, most schools they just allow you to go. Okay, go and find this, go and find that, and come. Like when I was studying, like they gave us some link, go and try your luck, and then whatever you get, and they know that it's gonna be difficult for you, right? So I think they should try to make things more easier for students from day one. And if say I'm coming to Finland to study and know that I might not get a job in Finland, but I might get a job in Sweden or Germany, then I prepare my mind that after my studies, I'm going to go to Germany and get a job there or do what I want to do. So our mindset is programmed to meet the demand or to meet the requirement of the system. So Doc, now have you been engaged in activities that promote the Cameroonian community in Finland?
A lot, a lot, a lot. During my 11 years stay in Yvaskila, I founded the Cameroonian Association of Yvaskila in 2009 and was president until I left Yvaskila. So through that association, Cameroonians in Yvaskila were able to associate. Then I was also president of the African Association of Central Finland, which in Finnish is called Keski Suomen African Yhdistys. I was president for over 3 years until I left Ivascula. Through the organization, the African Association of Central Finland, we were able to network with a lot of immigrant associations in the whole of Finland. The African Association of Central Finland is meant to bring all Africans in the Central Finland region together. So I have done a lot of work in this area of integration of immigrants through association, through sporting activities, through cultural activities. So in sporting activities, we used to organize tournaments. Through cultural activities, we used to invite African artists to come and perform in festivals in Jyväskylä in order for them to get exposure in Finland and in order for people in Finland to see something about African culture.
Okay. Okay. So far, how has that been?
That has been very good. And I am also board member of many immigrant associations in Finland, like Likuka, which is the multicultural association for men's sports in Finland. Yeah.
Doc, do you know there are so many organizations in Finland that is more than the population of Finland?
Exactly, I know this. Because it is very easy to form an organization or an association in Finland.
I should say 90% of this organization they have no use in Finland. They are just wasting money.
Yeah. So long as they are non-profit.
Yeah,
they are always welcome.
They are wasting funding. Because to me, if say you have an organization which is not helping the society in terms of helping them in terms of solving their daily needs, which is financial, putting food on the table, helping them to have like to be independent, to have freedom. If say that is not working towards people in general, but you see there are so many organizations in Finland, but the problem is just like so many political parties in Cameroon, but the problem in Cameroon is too much, right? So we are not tackling the problems that we are facing. And programs like this that I bring people like you who have been here for a long time, I need to question you guys. Like, we need to do more, and looking up to you guys, who have been here for 11 years, 60 years, 70 years, is that we need to start learning from those associations which have failed, which are not doing anything to create something that will properly address the challenges that immigrants face in Finland.
Yes, let me react to that question, issue. Most of the associations in Finland are membership associations, like Cameroonian Association, Turkish Association, Somalian Association, this kind of sporting association, that kind of women's association, and such associations are meant mainly to bring members with common interests together. For sporting, for culture, for leisure, maybe to go swimming, or to play music, or to dance and so on.
Okay.
Most of them are not meant to give the members jobs or anything like that. So few organizations exist in Finland that have the funding, like Money Heli, to provide some form of training to immigrant associations about different aspects of life in Finland. But those trainings usually are not meant like to give skills for jobs. They are meant, for example, to tell immigrants about like their basic rights in Finland, about orientate them on how to look for jobs, orientate them on how to access healthcare and other things.
Yeah, that's good. That's also good. But I mean, you mentioned one of the healthcare is also is one of the basic needs. If say we can tackle healthcare, we can tackle economy, we can tackle politics. Those are the three aspects. If say we have security in those aspects, then we know we have a say, and we are in a position of power to take care of ourselves and make decisions on policies that will take care of our kids in the future. So
Yes, moderator, how do we share this on my page? Because some have been trying to call me to ask questions and things like that.
you can share it from your to your page from my page. Just you click the share button and you share to your page. Go to
Okay, I haven't seen the share button.
the bottom media. You as you the way you share other posts the same way. You just go to the live stream. You can share it to anyone either on Facebook on Facebook, WhatsApp, or maybe through text message, whatever way you want to share it. You have the
Okay.
options there. So before we go, Doc, I wish to ask: are you interested in politics?
Not very much in politics. I'm instead in the area of policy and research. So my focus at the moment is on research.
So we should not we shouldn't expect to see you soon in any position in Finland.
Yes, not anytime soon. Yeah. So, but we have received some questions from the public. What about that?
So far, I think that there are no questions yet, guys. If say you have any question, or I have some people watching here, but it's like everyone is enjoying the conversation and they understood everything. But if questions are not coming, it means everyone understood everything as so far. But guys, if say you have some questions, we're almost coming to the end of the show. Post some questions so that Dr.
So is there
Sama can respond to those questions like now. So, Doug, do you have something you want to share that we haven't mentioned yet today on this show that you wanted to talk about?
well, I just want to say that immigrants in Finland do not give up. They should keep networking. They should keep updating their skills. They should try to improve their Finnish language. Don't stay in your bedroom and think that a job will come and meet you there. You have to keep applying for jobs and trying to improve your skills in those jobs so that you can end up getting one of them. And if you have studied one particular thing which is not giving you a job, you may think of studying another thing which is very current, contemporary, that that can give you a job.
Okay, okay. That's awesome to know. And guys, if say you are a student, you need someone to also guide you to you can reach out to Dr. Babilao. I mean, I think he can help you out in most of your challenges to an extent. And yeah, I mean, if say you have is vested with policies, if say you need to know more about all those like all those aspects, then I think you can reach out to him. You guide you more. So, Doc, thanks so much for being part of the show. We have come to the end of the show. So far, I didn't get any questions from the public. It means they are happy with what they get. And I think in the course of the after the show, many people will watch it afterward, and they are gonna post their question. And when they post it, then you can respond to them directly. But until then, it was cool to have you here today. I think I lost him again.
Thank you. Thank you. It was your thanking me. I'm very happy that I was able to share my experience and to also learn from you.
I'm learning also.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have any questions from the public.
Yeah, unfortunate. All right, thank you. All right, guys. It has been an amazing conversation so far about higher education in Finland. What do you think? Comment below what you think about Finnish education, about job opportunities in Finland. How did you manage to get your job? Was it through networking, or did you just, I mean, after studies, just get a jobs out there? What do you study? What do you recommend people to study in Finland? And if say you are watching from any other country and you want to come to Finland, then note this. Ask yourself, what are you going to study in Finland? Are there job opportunities in that field? If so, how am I going to get that job? Do I need to connect with some people? How do I get to those people? How do I know those people? This is going to help you not only to be acquainted with information that are available out there, but it will also expose you to those that are going to help you to get those jobs or to get the results that you want or that you are looking for. And if say you want to learn about entrepreneurship, business, networking, reach out to me, reach out to the Betong Media, or go to the Betong Global Media Network. There we have lots of services that we offer. We recently launched our new page, so you can go there. We have a lot of stuff. I can just browse there to show you guys most of the stuff you have. This is a front page of the Betong Global Network, Media Networks, and this comprised of um, every like every person who have come on this platform, their services, everything, including my services, from social media marketing, advertising, content creation, editing, video, cryptocurrencies. I mean, if say you want to start an online business, you want to get mentorship, you need a coach, you need to learn how to write a book, how to promote yourself. These are the kind of services we provide, and we're willing to welcome you here and make sure you reach out to us so that we can guide you on how to go about it. We also have services for those of you who want to come to Finland. We give information and connect you with the right persons who are going to help you to navigate the system. And as I mentioned, when it comes to entrepreneurship, business, then reach out to me. I'm going to guide you on how to go about everything you need to know. Get starting a business in Finland, investing in Finland, and living your best life in Finland. Bye bye, guys, and take care of yourself.